Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your fears.
Welcome back to our episode of A Time for Truth. Bienvenidos de nuevo al próximo programa del Tiempo para la Verdad. Hoy vamos a repasar la violencia y agitación que está pasando global. Today we're going to be touching on the violence and strife, unrest that's going on globally. And we have a very special guest today that's actually Haitian-born from the Caribbean and living here and working in New York, directing many different programs. So we have a great program for you, and we're going to get started. Engineer, if you can put on the pictures of our guests today, and I will introduce them to our audience. So Bishop Lubin Moise is of Haitian descent and started his ministry under his late father. He is happily married to his wife Susie for 29 years, has 6 children, 13 grandchildren. The bishop has a master's degree in business administration and a PhD in theology from Durham Seminary, being consecrated as bishop. His background as a religious leader is expansive, starting in 1982 in Mount Bethel Baptist Church in Texas. From there, he went on to other churches in Texas, and in 1991 to Gilbert Memorial Church, will he relay a story to you of what he accomplished. He continued at St. James Church and Mount Sinai Baptist Church in Texas, and moving to Brooklyn in 2002. In the present, he directs Grace Church in Brooklyn and serves as president and founder of the Universal Mission Network Ministry, founder and president of a ministerial alliance, past president and founder of Concerned Citizens for a Better Community, executive director of the Haitian chapter of the Way to Happiness and Foundation for Drug-Free World humanitarian projects, bringing calm and education and integrity to his beloved Haiti. He was bestowed World Humanitarian of the Year in 2018. An engineer, if we can put him on the screen, I would like to bid a hello and greeting to our featured guest. Welcome, Dr. Moise.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Please tell our viewers a little bit about you.
I am so glad to be here, and I'll say hello to all your viewers on the Time for Truth. And again, I am Bishop Moise, and I am the bishop over churches in New York area and Texas, and I am the director for the Way to Happiness Foundation and Drug-Free World in Haiti. And as you already said and heard in the introductions, many more that I cannot count or number the things that the Lord has blessed me to engage in. Most of all, I love people, and I like to help people. I like everybody to have a better life.
Well, I see that from everything I was reviewing here and the programs that you came to share with us today. So first, I wanted you told me about this Way to Happiness program that you have, and I was curious because I know that there's something you accomplished in Texas that I think was unbelievable. Please relay that to the viewers.
Thank you. In a short version of the what I did in Texas is that Texas, the area of Wichita Falls, back in 92, 93, the area was infected 24/7 with the drugs, the prostitution market, a lot of gangs, the Crips, the Red, the Blue. People in that community were in prison in their own homes because afraid to go out. It was a lot of crimes, lot of our young women were dying, selling crack and cocaine, marijuana on the street. And I could not see that, my heart go for them. So immediately I ended up getting engaged. I didn't engage. Then I went on the street where it was infected with the substance, and meet with those gentlemen, young men, young women, and talk to them and ask them questions why they're doing it. And they was able to explain it to me. At that time, the money was $2, the minimum wage was $2.65. And those guys was making about $1,000 a week. You know, they was not about to go to a job for $2.65, what they can make $1,000 a week. And plus they had they had dropped out of high school, they have records, they couldn't get no job, and they have a baby mamas they had to take care of. So I sympathize and understand the dilemma. So immediately I did what I need to do, pull the government together, the school board together, the community together, and we was able to resolve the problem. And today, most of those young men, they are school teachers, they are nurses, they're working for the factory, they are counselors, and they're making a better life for themselves. And I was blessed to build a church right there in that area. So it was a great accomplishment, and to this present time, I am happy. One of the good things is that one of the young women was calling me one day. She said, "Bishop, you saved my life. Because of you, I am living today. I have my family, I have my education, and I have my children because of you. Thank you."
Beautiful story. And so then this is what bridged you to this program of this happiness, this way to happiness thing?
Yes,
program?
when I introduced to this program, The Way to Happiness, from Foundation for the Way to Happiness, Los Angeles, California, when I began by reading the booklet that was given to me, and I said, wow, this is phenomenal. That can help a lot of people. I said, well, if I had this earlier, I could have been touched many people before. But I thank God I have it now. When I look at the situation, the condition, what's going on in my own country, Haiti, where there is unrest, political unrest, crimes, kidnapping, violence, poverty, you name it in Haiti. People cannot go to school. And I look at the booklet, I believe this booklet is the solution for Haiti. One other thing, when I look at inside the booklet, it's very simple. It's called The Way to Happiness. It's simply, the way to happiness is a guide to a better living. So anybody can understand that, Dr. Ben. If you read this little book, it does not take long. There are the pictures in it. You can understand that. Is if you read that, it'll show you how you can have a better living.
You know, let me, while you're speaking, let me show this to the viewers, because I see that you brought a book and then a little booklet. I see it's a soft cover and a hard cover. And go ahead and continue, yeah.
Yeah, if you have a better living, as I said it in one of the precepts, it said take care of yourself. So if you take care of yourself, certainly you can take care of your family. You can take care of your community. You know, many times we will say that what we're waiting for what the government can do for us. But I'm reminded what the John Kennedy did. Said it's not what your country can do for you, but it's what you can do for your country. But in order to do for your country, for yourself, you have to have a tools. You have to have an education. You have to have something that viable, such as the way to happiness.
Yeah, I see in here that what you're talking about is this is a set a good example, seek to live with the truth, don't do anything illegal, support a government designed and run for all the people, do not harm a person of goodwill. So basically what you're saying is this common sense guide, what it does is it creates agreement.
Yes, great agreement. So we agree upon it. Of course, it's very simple. If you can apply those things, take care of yourself and help the children. Do not be promiscuous. I know the word, don't sleep with somebody else and behind your relationship, the person you're in a relationship with. Honor them. So I don't want to preach, so I'm not a preacher, so I don't want to feel like I'm preaching. But but you got to be content. But the thing it is that in the midst of those chaos, violence, economies, problems, lack of knowledge, how can you be content? How can you be happy? Well, I want you to know, you that are listening to me this afternoon on this program, we have the solution. This little booklet, The Way to Happiness. If you read it and apply it can help you. You can find it, Dr. Ben, easily. The information.
All right, where's that?
Again, it's put out by the Way to Happiness Foundation out of Los Angeles, California. And you can go on the website, which is the way to the happiness.org.
And obtain it there for free.
You can get it for free. You can print the copies, and you can have it.
And here it is in French here.
Yeah, it's in French. You can have it also in French, in Spanish, in English, practically in 21 different languages.
Wow. Well, you know what I was going to say is, let's actually, there it is in French. Very interesting. And engineer, if we could, and there it is in English. Let's go ahead and put on the video that the bishop gave us about the program, the Way to Happiness program in general. Let's play that video for us.
17. Be competent. In an age of intricate equipment and high-speed machines and vehicles, one's survival and that of one's family and friends depends in no small measure upon the general competence of others. In the marketplace, in the sciences, the humanities, and in the government, incompetence can threaten the lives and future of the few or the many. I am sure you can think of many examples of these things. Man has always had an impulse to control his fate. Superstition, propitiation of the right gods, ritual dances before the hunt can all be viewed as efforts, no matter how faint or unavailing, to control destiny. It was not until he learned to think, to value knowledge, and to apply it with competent skill that he began to dominate his environment. The true gift of heaven may have been the potential to be competent. In common pursuits and activities, man respects skill and ability. These in a hero or athlete are almost worshipped. The test of true competence is the end result. To the degree that a man is competent, he survives. To the degree he is incompetent, he perishes.
Very interesting. So that's what you were referring to before with, like in Haiti, about competence and education?
Yes, yes. So with the competence they have in education, they will be able to help themselves. They'll be able to create a good environment.
They have pride.
Job.
They basically have pride.
Yes, they'll have pride. They'll be able to help themselves and help others. And that's what missing a lack of in Haiti, where, again, an absence of knowledge and security exists.
Well, you know, I would think, you know, in life, you know, living in New York, you and I know how expensive everything is. So I can't imagine like having a place where you can't actually have a stable job. How it almost makes you become a criminal, no?
Well, it's not almost. You'll become.
It does it.
It does that, and that's what happened in Haiti, because those people that wants to work, that want to go to school, but it's not available. There is no security. There's no good environment. People's afraid, and if somebody do something, so it's been hurt. So most likely, because again, you got to point at the lack of the trust, because there is no security. As I said before, in absence of knowledge, insecurity exists.
Right.
So if you want to have a security, you must have knowledge. So that's what the booklets bring. It bring knowledge. It bring competence. It bring confidence. It bring change. It bring you to look at yourself, to value yourself. Now, once you can value yourself, you can value your life, then certainly you can value the other person next door. Okay, you can be your neighbor's keeper. You wouldn't want to hurt somebody. In Haiti, now in a situation, there's a young man said he does not care if it's hurt his mother, if it's hurt his sister, he said, well, look, I got to survive. So life is meaningless for them.
It breaks down the social fabric of a family,
Exactly.
the community. So this is the program engineer that the bishop brought us in Spanish, and I know that you may want to play this for the viewers there, and let me bring it back here a little bit, and there we go. In Spanish, it's El Camino a la Felicidad. And so that makes total sense. Engineer, the bishop brought another video, if we could play, where he explains about the program in general and how it brings happiness. Let's play that for the viewers tonight.
Happiness. True joy and happiness are valuable. If one does not survive, no joy and no happiness are obtainable. Trying to survive in a chaotic, dishonest, and generally immoral society is difficult. Any individual or group seeks to obtain from life what pleasure and freedom from pain that they can. Your own survival can be threatened by the bad actions of others around you. Your own happiness can be turned to tragedy and sorrow by the dishonesty and misconduct of others. I am sure you can think of instances of this actually happening. Such wrongs reduce one's survival and impair one's happiness. You are important to other people. You are listened to. You can influence others. The happiness or unhappiness of others you could name is important to you. Without too much trouble, using this book, you can help them survive and lead happier lives. While no one can guarantee that anyone else can be happy, their chances of survival and happiness can be improved. And with theirs, yours will be. It is in your power to point the way to a less dangerous and happier life.
So touching and so real, because obviously I can see, and I'm glad you brought this, because by you yourself finding a way of stability, and I can see that if I feel stable, the things that we take for granted here in the U.S. with all we have, and then it allows me to stabilize others. I can see why it's called the way to happiness.
Yes, it's that's what it's called, and the way to happiness. By the way, I want you to be the first one that benefits this way to happiness. What I'm doing here in America, in New York, and also what I'm planning to do, want to continue to do in Haiti. I brought you a copy of the way to happiness, and I'm hoping that help you become more happy with yourself.
You know what? I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Bishop.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. I will definitely keep this with my other books, because this is a very important thing, reaching happiness. So I have a question for you in your Haiti. What is your plan in Haiti? How do you plan to accomplish this? People will look at it and say, my God, that's like, how is it possible that this can happen, that you're going to calm this like you did in Texas? Tell us.
Yes, well, I want to improve life in Haiti. I want to improve life of the young people. I want everybody in Haiti to live like human beings, to feel secure in their community. So I want to distribute these booklets to all over the Haiti, to the school, to the pastors, to the community leaders, to the police, to the government, to the prison, wherever, everywhere in Haiti. I want to do that. I want to run in with the TVs and radios in Haiti, where the peoples in Haiti can hear it. I can be happy. What is happiness is, because a lot of people don't know what is happy, when they can have a joy, when they can smile, a good smile. So I want to bring that smile again in the mouth of the Haitian people, in their heart. So I need you, but how I can do that? You may ask me, how am I going to be able to do that? Well, I need the help of every one of you that listen, that watching the show, to help me make this happen. Because you and I, we can save the children in Haiti. We can save their life in Haiti. I'm sure most of you probably know what's going on at the present time. You probably watching the news. You can go to the Haiti news. You will see what's going on. So we could not let Haiti be like that. But this booklet, The Way to Happiness, is the solution. Will you please help me distribute these booklets, put them in the hands of the Haitian people where they can have a better life?
Absolutely. You know what? It's a beautiful goal. I can see one of the things as you were talking that I was looking at is that since it works from a person to other people, that if an area has calm, then in a neighboring area, seeing that will also calm down, kind of like what you did in Texas years ago.
Yes. So practically, the way what we did in Texas, one of the things I want to tell you that we was in an east sign, but we pulled the west sign, north side, and south side together as well. So we give them the same information. So we tell them that to target your area, and here are the tools that you need. So once we have these booklets in masses, we can put it in Haiti. So not only in Port-au-Prince, in the capital,
yes,
but we will try our best to put all over Haiti, north, south, east, and west. Because the same information that we pass on, we educated in Port-au-Prince, we want to do the same in the other part of the country as well. And the one other thing I must say, Dr. Ben, I believe in sharing. So my message is very simple. And I told the Haitian people, and I'm sharing with you, I'm helping you. Will you please help somebody else? So when I'm giving you the booklet, after you finish this booklet, you can apply that. Please give this booklet to a friend.
And give it on.
Give it out to a friend.
Yes.
So one touch one help one. And before we know, we can serve the whole country with a way to happiness. And the entire country will become.
Makes total sense. I have a few questions for you. Does this cost anything? If I wanted to get this in a certain language, would it cost me?
Well, no, it would not cost you anything.
Okay.
Okay, you can download it
For free. Okay.
for
good.
free. But if you're going to get the hard copy, you're going to get in a box.
Like this one here.
Like this one that to be printed.
So this, okay.
So there's a cost for that.
But if I wanted to run like a campaign, or someone out there thinking right now they want to do it with kids in a sporting program, whatever, so they can get these booklets in whatever language, no cost then.
Yeah, no cost to them. They can get it for free. No cost to them. Anybody can do it in your neighborhood, in your community. You can do it as well. All right. And of course, if you have a team that working with you, as you said, that you have a team, we have a campaign, that we run the campaign, we have all those booklets for free. Then we can decide that one Friday, one Saturday, or one Sunday afternoon after church, we go to our neighborhood. Begin by talking with the people in our neighborhood.
And pass them out in the neighborhood.
And pass them out. Like we do at the free wings.
I think, well, you know what, it's very interesting because you're mentioning that, and it reminds me of something where I know that in Colombia, this actually occurred with a colonel there in the police force, where he actually distributed the booklets throughout the country, and he did exactly what you plan doing in Haiti. He decreased violence, he decreased the kidnapping, and the country became very, very desirable, and the economy has improved. So you know what? I could say to the viewers right now that I can see the example is there in Colombia, and I can see that this can happen in Haiti, and I'm sure that it's something that can happen in our neighborhoods here in New York City, where there's been some violence and killing and shooting recently. I'm curious because we're running out of time in the show, But I wanted to ask you, in closing here, as we get near the end of the show, what would you like to convey to our viewers out there watching the show that you feel is important?
What I would tell the viewers, the show is very important. The show is very informative and educational. Continue to follow this show, and you will get some tools, some materials that can help you and help others. And remember, also, if you want to join me and Dr. Ben in our campaign to make sure that we deliver those materials to Haiti, to bring calms to Haiti, so you can contact Dr. Ben. I'm sure there is a number or there's an email that you can contact Dr. Ben and tell him what you want to do. You want to sponsor Haiti project, then he'll tell you how to do it.
Absolutely. If you want, you can reach me at timefortruthshow@gmail.com and be very happy to receive your message there. And what I can tell you is that after listening to your presentation today, is that really we can utilize this everywhere. I don't think there's a scarcity of a necessity to have agreement, whatever. I'm curious, is this a particular religious thing or is this for anyone?
This is for anyone. It's not a religion. It's a social program.
Common sense.
It's simply common sense. It's a common sense for a better living. Anybody can use it, regardless of your religion, belief. You can use it.
Creed, culture.
It's a free culture. Whatever
Okay.
the culture that you have, you can use it. And that will make your life better.
Well, you know what? We're running out of time. And so I want to thank you for having tuned into our show. And, you know, Bishop Moise, I welcome you back and I wish you very good luck with Haiti. And we will see you on our next episode of A Time for Truth show. Have a great day.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on.